Hey guys, it's Georgia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If any of y'all are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm going to be making keychains out of the miniature Bratz dolls. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and let's get started. Alright, so here are the mini Bratz that I'm going to be using for this project. I have a normal Chloe, one of the punk Jades, and one of the mini Kylie dolls. To start this project, I am taking them all out of the boxes, keeping the box and the doll, and disposing of the little plastic that held them in place. This is just gonna work a lot better for the type of keychain I'm envisioning. I decided to start off with the easiest of these processes, which is taking my little Dremel tool and just drilling a small hole into each of the dolls' heads, trying to line it up center, but again, it doesn't need to be perfect because they are going to end up dangling. I am using these little eyelet hook jewelry things that I have, screwing those into each of the dolls' heads. This will make it so I have something to attach the jump ring and keychain onto. Also makes it just sort of look like they're hanging down when I have the keychains together rather than them being stationary. And there they all are ready to go. Next, working on the boxes, I am just taking a small pin and poking a hole, not through the plastic, but just on the plastic at the center of each top part, and going through with these as well with the little Dremel tool, but since it's thinner, the hole was just helpful to guide it. I'm also filling these with resin since the plastic is very, very, very thin, and I didn't want it to break. So I'm just putting some UV resin in there and moving it around so that it covers at least the one side on this first round. Next, I am adding the little sticks, I'm not sure exactly what they're called, into those holes that I made. So again, I have something for them to dangle from, and more UV resin. For this part of it, since I have the one side fully closed, I am just sort of putting a whole lot of it in there and then tilting it all sorts of around to try and make it as even as possible so it feels the same thickness around the entire thing. This was somewhat difficult because, I don't know how much to put in, don't know where the issues are, and it's hard to get rid of some of the bubbles because they won't just go away. And while this helped make them straight and sturdy, since they are thin plastic, it did melt a little in the UV light, so they're not fully flat. With them hardened, I'm snipping off the excess of the top and just curling it with my needle nose pliers. I didn't do this fully on camera just because it is difficult to get to, but just making sure I had one of each of those done. In the box that these come in, since they're like a surprise, there are these little small bee stand thingies, so I'm just ripping those out since I don't want the rest of the box, but I do think those are cute. Drilling a small hole in the top of these so that I have a placement for where I want to put the eyelet, then going through with a much larger drill bit so I can actually fit the jump ring that I want to use into the holes rather than having to use something that wasn't going to work for my intended purpose. Those little plastic bits that held them into the box were annoying, so I just took some wire cutters and snipped them all off. I probably could have used scissors, but they are a little bit thicker than the scissors would have done, so this was just an easier way to get them all nice and clean. Then I can finally put the keychains together. I want to have the box in the middle with the doll and the bee on either side, so I am just adding a jump ring to the bee and adding a couple chains to the box and the doll, then adding all of those onto a jump ring just to give it a little bit of variation and layers. Then once I close that up, the keychain part is pretty much done. That's the design. Following the same process with the jade one, but again, since I made the eyelet gold, I am trying to use the gold facets that I have, but they were not the same color of gold. The little eyelet was much more yellow than shiny, and I didn't use the right color for the little hook on the box, so I just transferred it all to silver, same way I did the first one, and again, stacking all three of the items on a jump ring, closing it up so I have the keychain. Lastly is the Kylie one last time, putting chains, putting jump rings, hooks, everything, so I get all the little variations. I do like that hers has the pink bee instead of the purple. I think that's cute. Next, very easy, I took all of the keychains and I'm just putting each of the larger jump rings onto a keychain the same way you would put it on your keys, just opening it up and sliding it down on one end. With that, they are all done. I really think that these came out super cute. I think in the future I would change how I do the box. I feel like it's very big for a keychain, and there's another way to show which doll it is and incorporate that without it being the actual box. But other than that, I think that these did come out really, really cute. I'm sorry that it's so much glare, but it's just when they're shiny, it's hard. But yeah, I hope you guys did like these, and I will be adding these onto my Etsy shop down below once I figure out again how to make the box fit a little bit better with the design. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it. All my other social medias are linked down below, as well as my Etsy and Mercari if you wanted to purchase something that may be in a future video or may have been in a previous video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!